Welcome to another live stream. Hello, everyone on Twitch, and hello, everyone on the YouTube. If you don't know what my Twitch is Daniela Joy Fitness. Impromptu live stream. Well, not exactly impromptu because I said I was going to do a live stream today. I just spent the last hour and a bit just talking my ear off, literally talking my ear off. I filmed the first episode of my personal podcast. I'm going to give it a shout out. It's called the Metaflex Podcast, Conversations with Daniela Joy, where I talk about the importance of metabolic flexibility, fasting, weight loss, and not only flexibility with your metabolism, which is key to weight loss. As the podcast grows, it will be put here on YouTube, so it will show up as a video. As the podcast grows, I will be talking about other things too that affect weight loss, like personal stuff. I did kind of like a reaction video because I love fasting and I don't want fasting to be ruined because people are be like, oh, if you fast, you just binge afterwards. If you're doing it wrong and you're eating foods that will cause you to binge afterwards, yeah, you will. But there's a way to fast and keep the weight off. There's a way to do it. And I always say the fast doesn't count if you can't keep the weight off. So it's so important to acknowledge that. Um, so that's what I'm going to talk about in this live stream because I got inspired by content on YouTube. Trying to make sure I'm in the middle here. So from fasting to feasting, how to avoid weight gain while fasting. Well, first and foremost, when it comes to weight loss, fasting excessively is not going to help you lose weight. I'm going to say that again. Excessive fasting will not help you lose weight. Why? Because weight loss happens in the kitchen. It happens in the kitchen. What's the point of fasting if you go on and start eating foods that respike your blood sugar levels, that destroy the gut health that you just spent the time fasting, healing, and promoting good gut bacteria? So basically, when you fast, you starve out the bad bacteria. You starve out the bad gut microbiome parts that are not serving you. So what you want to do after fasting, you want to feed that gut microbacteria because it helps you so much in regulating your hunger. It helps you so much in regulating your cravings. It helps you so much in regulating your hormones. The point of fasting is to help correct your system. Yes, there is a weight loss benefit to fasting, but you have to understand the point of it is to get your system at a stabilized level so then you can go back and start eating normally. So if you fast and then eat like crap, it just counteracts everything you've done. And then you put yourself in a situation where you have to fast continuously. Listen, I love fasting, but I also love eating. I love fasting, but I also love working out in the gym. This is what I mean. That's why I called my podcast the Metaflex podcast, because it's all about metabolic flexibility. You need to have that power because when you don't have that power and you get tired of fasting or you get tired of doing the keto diet or the carnivore diet, guess what? You are going to go in and lose control and you're going to gain all the weight back and you're just going to feel like crap. Let's not yo-yo here. Let's take control of our health by learning healthy eating habits. Let's take control of our health by learning balance. Like balance is key. Learning how to eat healthy most of the time, but be able to go out with your friends and go out and have a drink like what I did this last weekend. Oh, someone asked, hope I'm healed from my fall. I'm good. My fall was fine. I fell right on my glutes. My glutes are so juicy right now because of the muscle I'm building, and I just naturally hold fat around them. So they saved me. I'm fine. But like to be able to do that, to be able to go out and, still have control the next day. That is the key. That's what we want. And I don't want fasting to get a bad rap because it can be used as a tool, but there's no need to excessively fast. I'm telling you, weight loss happens in the kitchen. It happens with controlling your ability to eat the right foods. And you can have refined carbohydrates. You got to do it right. But hang on, I got to take some water because I've been talking like forever. But like I highly recommend on anyone starting their weight loss journey to stay in a state of healing for at least 3 months. So, what is a state of healing? A state of autophagy. So that may be looking like the keto diet. That could be looking like the OMAD diet. That could be looking like, I'm not going to toot the carnivore diet, but it could be for some people. It could be the carnivore diet. You know what? It could be because some people need the carnivore diet because they're that ill, and that's okay. It might be looking like intermittent fasting for 17 hours. Like you want to be able to stay in a state of healing longer because when you stay in a state of healing longer, it gives your body a chance to rejuvenate all of the damage you've done over the years. So obesity, binge eating, or not binge eating, but food addiction is a result of metabolic dysfunction. It's your metabolism being completely out of whack. And why is your metabolism out of whack? Because of years of damage through the refined carbohydrates, years of damage through the sugars, years of damage through those glucose spikes and up and down. That's why to me it doesn't make sense after a fast you go and repeat that damage. You're just going to wear yourself out mentally and you're going to wear your cells out. So, to avoid weight gain after fasting, it is imperative that you have a plan. I think I don't even remember what YouTube video I did last. I've been go, go, go. And I filmed a podcast today for myself, and I'm working on another one. I'm doing a lot, but I enjoy this because the hustle is the grind, is the journey. That's how you level up in life. But basically, you want to break your fast in a way that's going to continue the benefits of the fast. You want to eat fat. You want to make sure you're having your fiber. You want to be avoiding refined carbohydrates. And if you're not going to avoid the refined carbohydrates, blanket the carbs, just blanket them. Learn how to eat like that. If you don't like eating vegetables, well, you like enjoying the way you are. Listen, if you want change in your life, you have to learn how to let go of the things. You have to become a different person. You just got, if you're not willing to do that, then you don't want to lose the weight. How badly do you want to lose the weight? Because if you want to lose the weight, you want to become a person that is not, I guess, a person that is not in the state that they are right now. So let's say you're obese and you want to lose the weight, you got to change. You're not like insanity is thinking, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. Okay. Like some people think the keto diet or the carnivore diet is going to save them. It's not going to save them. What's going to save you is your mindset. The carnivore and the keto diet, or the keto diet, which I like better, and the OMAD and all of these methods, one plate a day, one meal a day, um, ADF, alternate day fasting, all of these methods are there to help you get a good start. They're there to help you put you into a state of healing. But the real work happens as you are losing your weight to learn how to properly eat. And that's something that I did not learn on my OMAD journey. I'm learning it now because I did not get that advice when I was getting coaching. Anyway, that's a different story. The key is learning how to eat properly. And I figured this out. I think we've all figured it out. It's like the common sense diet. It is literally learning how to eat in a balanced way. So, to avoid weight gain, you want to be able to have a lifestyle that will keep you active. So, to avoid weight gain, you want to make sure you're working out at least 3 to 4 times a week, minimum. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can get into autophagy with 30 minutes of walking. You want to continue on. So I'm going to talk about ways to continue on the effects of fasting. Walk, saunas, acupuncture is one, keto diet's one, eating high fiber, being in a calorie deficit will actually put you in autophagy. Intermittent fasting, like having that as a routine. Because I don't want to see people on this roller coaster of fasting and gaining weight. Fasting and gaining weight. Like, no, we are going on a dangerous road here. Like a dangerous road here. Maybe take a break from fasting. That's what I even said this on my channel. Take a break from fasting and learn how to eat properly. And to do this, you're going to have to isolate yourself, meaning that you're just going to have to learn how to cook for yourself. This is how I did it. I avoided takeout for a while. And if I had to do takeout, I made sure I planned it right, or going out, I avoided takeout. I looked at recipes, I got my macros, and I focused on creating healthy foods, foods that I enjoyed from home. That is key because when you make your food from home, you know what is contained from that food. Now, if you have enough money, another alternative is to find a good meal prep company. And I mean a good one. I don't mean HelloFresh. I looked at the calories on there and like, no, it has to be like again, there's this meal prep company here in Calgary called Just Bite Me Eats, I think they're called. I ordered from them once. I haven't had the chance to. They're pretty expensive, but the food is clean. It is clean AF. I can get like I get my protein and I get like a donut, but it's a protein donut. Again, if you want to have like your sweets, you got to mix it with things like protein and fiber. It's a high fiber protein donut. Like I think Michelle McDaniel has her proto donuts, I believe. Anything like that. So you get like healthy like foods. You get your meats, you get your carbs if you want them, or you can go keto or what have you. Like that's another way to do it if you have the money, because meal preps will cost you, it depends, but this one, to get everything I need, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then some, would probably be 350 a week or even more. But that's a side note. You can do that if you have the money, but you got to do your due diligence. But I strongly like believe that even if you do have the money, focus on eating the right foods. So what are the right foods? It can be whatever you want to eat, but you have to learn how to properly eat these foods. Again, you can have your refined carbohydrates if you sandwich them with protein, fats, lots of vegetables. You want your plate to be colorful. Eating healthy should be fun. You want to eat a rainbow. You want to get in those antioxidants because that's so important in reducing oxidative stress. Because oxidative stress results in inflammation, it results in damaged DNA, it results in cell dysfunction. And when the cell's dysfunctioning, there's no way you're going to be able to control those cravings and try to lose weight. We got to look at weight loss on a deeper level. And the more that I evolve on my weight loss journey, I'm learning that macros matter more than calories. And this is what Dr. Mindy Pels and this is what Dr. Jason Fung have talked about. That's what Dr. Jason Fung means when he says calories don't matter. It's about what you eat. And he has like a straight up list. I don't have my phone here, but no, I don't. Do I? No, I don't. But if I can remember it, but his straight up list of the basic things you need to do to keep the weight off is reduce sugar. Duh, we all know sugar causes things. Is to reduce your reduce sugar, reduce your refined carbohydrates. He doesn't say eliminate, just reduce your intake of them. Move your body. I don't think that's one of them, but I'm adding it. But exercise definitely does help. Move your body. Have space in between your meals. So if you eat a meal, don't go eat a meal like an hour later. Give your body enough time to utilize the calories. Eat whole foods. Eat nature's carbs. Again, avoid refined carbohydrates. Again, you can have them, but you got to be able to sandwich them. And all I was going to jump into something else. I will jump into something else, but that's like the basics of it. So, oh hey, Miss Gishi, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good day as well. Thank you for dropping into the chat. I really do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. The chat was getting quiet there, but it is Friday at a very weird time. It's 4:53 p.m. here in, where am I? I don't know. I don't know where I'm at, in Alberta. So that means it's almost 5 here. So it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast. And it is 4 o'clock on the West Coast, the Deep West. But yes, welcome. I appreciate you dropping that comment. If you guys are watching, make sure you hit that like button as it helps to get my videos out to more people. And I was talking about earlier how I just filmed like a 50-minute podcast. There'll be like reactions. I'm reacting to a YouTube video from someone who I'm subscribed to. So I'm going to be doing that. We'll see how that goes. It's a positive video because I'm not bashing this person at all, because this person was very honest with their journey and how they struggle with binge eating and whatnot. And I think it's important to highlight this because, again, I struggle with binge eating and I know what triggers it. binge eating, food addiction, I go back and forth. For me, I know what triggers it. It could okay, binge eating is triggered, which is okay. So binge eating and food addiction are two in the same. They're just triggered by two different things. So food addiction is triggered by eating fructose and glucose, that just high fructose corn syrup. That's triggered by food addiction because it causes a physiological addiction within your body. So there's that. And then binge eating is caused by external stresses where you turn to food for emotional comforts. You turn to food to deal with your problems. So there's a difference between the two, but binge eating, you get the food and it's like both. But I've struggled with it, so I understand. But the more I learn and the more I implement what I learn, that's key. You can't sit there and learn and not implement. Like, what is that? You can't sit there and watch David Goggins and not do what he's doing. You can't sit there and listen to all this motivational content and not apply it. Manifestation is action. Motivation is action. Action creates momentum. You got to act. You got to get it done. You got to get over yourself. You got to say no to those thoughts because you're letting those thoughts win. When you let those thoughts win, then you're complacent with where you are. You have to fight for yourself. Hey, life, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. You're like my only moderator, so welcome. Hey, Daniela, great to catch you live. I'm just about to start work. Oh, yes, you work late. You work at night, so I wish you all the best with work, and I hope you get some good tips, girl. Rock it. Okay, I'm listening to this person here. Oh, I remember you. I lost weight fasting and then have gained it back last year. Oh, don't be. Please don't be. It's a learning process. I'm so mad at myself and can't get consistent in that fasting mindset again. So, what you need to do is ditch fasting and focus on diet. Because the reason why that weight was gained back, not because of your lack of fasting, was because the diet wasn't under control. That's what I say. There's sometimes, like me right now, my diet's under control, but I don't want to excessively fast. I kind of want to practice like continuing what I've learned with my diet. So this is what I mean. Focus on the diet and maybe like I don't know what kind of fasting you've been doing. If you've been doing rolling fasts or intense fasts like that, cut back and just do a typical intermittent fast. A 17-hour fast is good enough. So that's where you got to focus on the nutrition. Focus on eating healthy. Focus on getting that under control because weight gain happens because of our eating habits. Fasting is just a tool to help us. That's where we lose it. So you don't want, this is what I mean. I talk about this on the podcast. You don't want to depend on fasting for weight loss. It's detrimental. You don't. That's why I don't excessively fast. I'm done with fasting and I'm going to transition into doing 36-hour fasts once a month or once every quarter, which is what Dr. Mindy Pell's recommended. Even with my OMAD journey, I'll call myself out. I should have stopped my OMAD fasting probably like in May, but I continued on for when I should have stopped at 8 months, but I went on for like a year. I should have stopped because you need to focus on learning how to eat throughout the day properly. Like that is the key. Don't be mad at yourself. This is just a learning lesson. That's all it is. It's a learning lesson. So you don't need to get into that fasting mindset. You need to get into that nutrition mindset. That is the key. Start researching nutrition. I want to do more on nutrition. And not only that, building an active lifestyle as well. It doesn't have to be intense. Just walking after you eat. That is so powerful. Do you know how powerful walking is after you eat? Maybe like if you want to get your nutrition under control, trying the keto diet. If that doesn't work, learning how to stuff your face with vegetables, eating vegetables with every meal. Just make that single rule. I'm going to have at least, let's say, what's a good amount of vegetables? It depends what you eat. Let's say it's like a green, like arugula. I'm going to have 3 ounces of fruits and vegetables per each meal. That's what I'm doing right now because I love it. And it helps to keep my cravings back. So don't be mad at yourself. Use this as an opportunity to get better. That's my mindset. Whenever I screw up on my weight loss journey, I learn from it. And I failed my way forward to success. I failed my way into losing this weight. Trust me. And I'm still failing my way. So I go back and I analyze what can I do better. And it's going to be hard. You're going to hit a roadblock, but you have to have that spirit within you where you're like, I'm going to do this because enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of this yo-yoing. I'm sick and tired of not being where I want to be. I think I read that one. Ooh, my binge food is cereal at night. I know that one. Ugh, that's a tough one. Don't buy cereal. That's the solution. I don't even buy cereal for my son. My son's like, well, I do buy him Vector, but I don't touch it. He's like, I want Fruit Loops. I'm like, Fruit Loops is not allowed in our house. Not allowed. That stuff, I don't know what the hell they put in Fruit Loops, but that stuff is addicting. It's literally a drug. Fruit Loops is not allowed in our house. Neither are Oreos. I hate Oreos, but he gets addicted to Oreos. I don't know what the heck they do to him. Oreos are not allowed in my house. As a parent, I have to set my foot down because I want my kid to be healthy and he wants to be in the NFL. So he's going to have to learn how to eat properly. His diet is about to get not strict, but we're going to be eliminating a lot once he turns 10. That's what we've agreed upon, because if he wants to be a high-level NFL athlete, you need to get rid of the crap in the food. So we're going to be doing that. But yeah, cereal. So bad. Just don't buy it. That's what I do. I just don't buy it. And I mentioned the kid thing. That's why, because we usually have it for kids. Hey, everyone in the chat. Thank you. Miss Gishi says, hey, y'all. Yeah, I think you're right. Get the food right. Great tip, Daniela. Well, thank you. And yeah, I know from my experience and my journey, because like what would happen for me, I know in the beginning with OMAD, when I started and I was throwing in those 48s, I would like fast and I would screw up and I'm like, okay, let me fast again. I'm like, no, you're just going to put yourself in a really toxic cycle. You need to actually focus on getting the food right. Focus on getting the portions right. Focus on getting that's right. That is key. It's all about the nutrition. And there's so many ways to do it, of course. I wish you all the luck. Hang in there and don't beat yourself up. Ashley says, yes, I'm finding some workouts that I like finally. Yay, I'm so happy for you. But fasting is my go-to when I gain or binge. So that's another situation. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you binge and then you fast. You want to stop the binging. And the only way to stop the binging is to face the binging. It truly is. And what do I mean by facing the binging? It's going to be hard and you're going to screw up. So facing the binging is not fasting. Maybe like intermittent fasting, like, 17, but doing less level of fasting what you're used to. That's like the key. And facing the binge is trying your best to eat throughout the day normally. Stick with a calorie number or a macronutrient number and sit there and practice eating and spacing your meal. I think we had it right with the 3 meals a day. Things went haywire from the 70s to the 2000s, where we went from 3 meals a day to 6 meals a day. We had it right because every time we eat, we spike our insulin levels. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. That hormone is meant to be stored, meant to store the food we eat as fat. So every time we eat, there's the insulin and there's the spike. The less we eat, the less we have the spikes. And the less we have the spikes, the more we are in control. So practice, I would say doing 3 meals a day, even 2 MAD's pretty good for that. Just practice that and then slowly work your way up. That's like the only way to face it. Because if you like always turn to fasting for binging, then you're not using fasting as what it's meant to be used as in terms of healing. Like, that's what I mean. Now I'm thinking about my journey when I used OMAD to help stop my binging. But OMAD was a bit different because OMAD was a consistent thing. I wasn't running to OMAD every time I binged. I was consistently doing OMAD even through the good days. And it was doing that to help trigger the autophagy, which will help sort out all of the metabolic chaos that was going on, and to help train myself to eat light. And then I expanded out on that. So the best thing I would say is to face the binging. Keto diet is good for that, but it depends on the person. It worked for me. It really does depend on the person. It's really hard to binge on the keto diet though, because literally ketones shut down the hunger hormone by going into the hypothalamus of the brain. Like, It's really hard to do it. But I think the key is to face the binging. What is triggering you to binge? What are you eating that's triggering you to binge? This is like the mental thing that we have to break it down and then we have to take action. I hope that makes sense. Yep, you're right. When you don't buy it, I have a great week. My favorite is Life cereal. Oh my god, I remember the Life cereal. Ah, you bring up memories. I haven't seen that a while in the stores. The Life cereal, yeah, they're good, but yeah, don't buy it. Just get it out of your house. Don't bring it into your house. Just don't buy it. That's so funny. I love that. Ooh, I love that. Hey, AM1, eat fake food, build a fake body. Yeah, I guess you can call it that. A body full of toxins, a body full of obesogen. Yeah, a fake body, a body that's not operating right, a body with type 2 diabetes, like a body with like cardiovascular issues, a body that's not moving properly, a body that's always fatigued. I guess that's a good way of putting it. Build a fake body. Yeah. A body that's like broken all the time with inflammation, arthritis. Well, arthritis is it's a more of a complicated one, but there are kids who are born with arthritis, but I feel like that's a consequence of the toxins they were exposed to in the wound, you know? So I'm not gonna blame a kid that was like born with something, but it's meaning that it's still a fact of the food. It really is. But I really like that. That's a really good point. I agree. Too Mad is my sweet spot. See, I'm trying not to do Too Mad, but I'm so busy that I end up doing Too Mad. But Too Mad is a good sweet spot. I'm trying to make sure I just have more protein throughout, but sometimes, like in the morning, because like I'm so used to doing OMAD and fasting, I like to have a protein shake now. Like my personal trainer like said she did that. I'm like, that's a good idea because I feel like I don't want to go have cinnamon toast, not cinnamon toast crunch. What do you call it? Oh my god, anabolic toast. I might have some now. I want to have it as dessert. I'm hungry now, but I don't want to do have a big heavy breakfast. And I was always like trying to have like, you know, a heavy breakfast. I'm like, why don't I just have a protein shake? Because it makes sense. Because protein shakes do make you bloated, but if you have it before your workout and after your workout, I think it like negates that. I've noticed that. So having like a protein shake for breakfast, that's what I would do, and I'd run off that 200 calories until like 3 p.m. And I'm like, then my muscles are like yelling at me, and I'm like, okay, you can't do that. But yeah, I've been accidentally doing Too Mad, but Too Mad is a great sweet spot for anyone who's struggling with binging and whatnot. I do like that. And that's why I like OMAD a lot because OMAD is fasting, but you're gonna eat daily. And it's like I said, OMAD is the starter diet. It kind of helps you just like build that muscle of extending your meals. It's the most ultimate way to build that muscle without fasting too excessively. You know what I mean? And you're able to work out on one meal a day, of course. So that's what I like about OMAD. It just builds that muscle for me, but you have to transition off of it. I don't believe in doing OMAD forever. I really don't. I don't believe in anything. That's why my podcast is called the MetaFlex podcast. It's all about metabolic flexibility. You have to be able to do different fasting styles, different tools, because you know what happens? Your body adapts. The body wants to adapt. So, yeah. How do you feel about the carnivore diet? I don't like it. I have videos on it and I got like attacked by the carnivore community. I don't like it because I feel like I was not getting enough energy. I don't like it because I feel like it like with all my knowledge with the gut microbiome, I'm learning that there's no fiber on the carnivore diet. I know there's ketovore and there's versions of it. That's why these versions exist. Every time I did carnivore, I would have no energy. No energy. And I need energy. I'm not happy in two states. When I have no energy and when I can't work out. I need to work out. I need to be doing something. Like today, I was supposed to go to the gym, but I had issues with that. So my son and I went out for a 30-minute walk, and then we're probably going to go out for another hour walk. It's okay. My personal trainer is trying to rail me back. But no, that's fine. It's just a walk. It's a very slow, light walk. I don't like the carnivore diet. I don't know how many athletes do the carnivore diet. I could think of Tristan Lee, but he was kind of crushing his gains. He's a bodybuilder. He's not doing the carnivore diet anymore. He's eating carbs and now he's blowing up. I'm not a fan of it for a long period of time because of my knowledge of the gut microbiome and the importance of fiber and the importance of antioxidants in diversifying your diet. Like, and I'm not a fan, I'm just not a fan of the two extreme ones, carnivore, and I'm not a fan of veganism. Those are two that I personally won't do. Like veganism for, eating vegetables for like here and there. Again, I believe in flexibility. That's what I believe in. But with that being said, the carnivore diet has helped people. I'm aware of that. But eventually you hit a wall with it and you just don't have energy. Ashley says, okay, I thought I was doing it wrong, but I wasn't a fan of being constipated and dull. Ugh. It does. Yeah, that would make sense. Because you can't have anything. And that will happen on the keto diet, but you can counteract that, like the constipation on the keto diet with fiber, coconut oil. Like literally you can't have anything other than coffee on the carnivore diet. Sophie says, when will you get to your final weight and will you continue to do ADF? I was not doing ADF. I was just doing 36-hour fasts. I can't do ADF because I exercise too much. It's not something I will do based on the way I train. I train heavy. I'm building muscle a lot. I'm rehabbing from a car accident. I don't do ADF. I just did 36-hour fast. I did ADF kind of once, an ADF dry fast, but I don't right now. I'm not focusing on final weight. I'm body recomping. That's my plan here. I'm doing body fat percentage because I'm building muscle. My legs are huge. My glutes are huge. They have to be. So my trainer and I are getting me down to a really good body fat that I will be happy with. So that's the thing is everyone's so focused on weight. But I've noticed like throughout my journey as I build muscle and now that I'm a bit of a heavier weight, I still look like I'm lighter because of my body recomposition, because of the amount of muscle I'm building. And the importance of muscle is that A, it allows you to eat more, B, it gives you more insulin receptors, so it brings your blood sugar down, and C, it's going to help your joint health. Like too many people are focused on the weight. You want to focus on getting the habits done right, and you want to focus on making a long-term sustainable lifestyle, which is why I'm building muscle. ADF is going to kill me when it comes to muscle building. That's why I don't do excessive fasting. Again, my podcast is going to be called the Metabolic Flex because I believe in going in and out of fasting. I literally believe most of what Dr. Mindy Pell says. I'm not going to say everything because I don't know if she said something I don't believe in, but 99% of what she said about going in and out of things is what I believe in. She never says to do one mode of fasting for too long because if you do it, you're going to mess up your hormones. They found that with OMAD. You're going to mess up your thyroid. So it's important to know the flexibility and not depend on these fasting methods solely for weight loss. Because if you depend on these fasting methods solely for weight loss, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get exhausted of fasting and be like, I want to eat. And then when you eat, you don't know how to eat. You just eat a whole bunch of food and then you're back where you started. And then, oh, let's just do a bunch of ADF. Or, oh, let's just do a bunch of this. Like what I like about Colleen Marie Cares, she right now, I watch her videos. I'm subscribed to her. I watch her videos here and there. Right now, she's not fasting. She's focusing on getting her steps in. And look how lean she looks. That's the mindset that we got to do. We can't get attached to one mode of thing. It's all about flexing in and out using different methods for the long run. Like at first you want to use these methods, yes, but you got to learn how to transition because eventually you're going to, I see Sarai. No, hang on. I'll comment to you. ADF is not 36 hours. So ADF is called alternate day fasting. So basically it's fasting for 36 hours and eating within a 12-hour eating window and repeating that over and over again. So that's ADF. It's a rolling fast. So ADF is like this. There's like 3-4 ADF and 4-3. Let's say you start fasting on Monday. Then you eat Tuesday and then you fast again on Wednesday. Then you eat Thursday and then you fast again on Friday and then you eat Saturday. I believe I said that was, I don't know if that was 3-1 or 4-1, 4-3. But the 4 and the 3 means eating days versus fasting days. That's what ADF is, alternate day fasting. It's alternating back and forth from eating and fasting. So what constitute maybe like the shortest version of an ADF is maybe doing 36-hour fasts back to back. So maybe fasting Monday, eating Wednesday, fasting Monday, eating Tuesday, and then fasting Wednesday, and then eating. Like that's like one cycle. So that's what ADF is. 36-hour fast is just the fast on its own and just letting it go. That's like different. So there's different schedules of 36-hour fasting. Again, the most intense one is ADF. I did a video on this. There's like that's the most intense one. And then the next one is maybe alternate day fasting twice. I mean, sorry. The next one would be 36-hour fasting twice a week or 3 times a week. That might be ADF. Let's do twice a week and then doing it once a week and then doing it once a month, which is what I want to go down to once or twice a month in the beginning of my cycle. So I hope that makes sense. No, ADF is not 36 hours. There's 36-hour fasting, and that's the fat burner fast. And then there's ADF, which is alternate day fasting, which is a rolling fast, which I'm not a big fan of rolling fast for a long period of time. But if you're starting your weight loss journey and you have tons of weight to do, doing a month of ADF can do wonders. But it's definitely not something I'm going to do because I like to work out. You sent me down a Dr. Mindy Pell's rabbit hole. I'm trying out that 4-phase fasting eating plan she has posted on IG. That's awesome. That's awesome. See, because Dr. Mindy Pell's brings in balance. You know, like I see a lot of people on YouTube, there's no balance. People are chasing an algorithm or they're just dealing with their own demons. Hang on, water. Like, because Dr. Mindy Pels has done the research. She understands excessively fasting will just ruin your hormones and your thyroid. There has to be balance. As much as fasting is important, you need to also learn how to eat. And then I love how she says, like, you can have keto during these days of your cycle, and then maybe you can fast a bit here. And then that week before your cycle, have nature's carbs, support progesterone, because different hormones want different things. So that's like my mindset on it. Miss Gishi says, I am on ADF until June 3rd and then I'll reassess. That's a good plan. Definitely reassess and see, like, that's a good kind of, like, yeah, that's a good fast. That's about a month away. Reassess and then see where you're at and then perhaps just practice something else, do something else, because I don't know how much weight you got to lose, but you can try something else for sure. But that is a good plan, is to definitely reassess. And because I got caught up in this, I got caught up in OMAD. I got caught up in OMAD. And then I know a few people, I think Celine asked me a question, is like, how long are you going to be fasting for? Because it seems like I'm doing all these 36-hour fasts. No, I just did like a couple. I did 2 this week and 2 last week because I'm posting daily. So it looks like I'm doing it a lot. I'm not. I'm done. I'm done. I said it on my post that I posted. I'm done. I'm done. Now I'll probably do one in May. We'll see. But I really want to emphasize it's the nutrition. It truly is the nutrition and using fasting as a tool. I'm always going to have fasting on my journey, like always, because fasting is incredibly good for you in this day and age with the toxins, like mainly for the autophagy. The autophagy is why I want to do the fasting more than anything. Weight loss happens in the kitchen. But yeah, I have about 20 pounds to lose, but I'm realistic. I feel you. I feel you. Yes. You're gonna have to reassess that you don't have a lot of weight to lose. So we'll see how your body responds. That's like, how is your body gonna respond? Because sometimes, again, our body will adapt. That's another thing. Our body will adapt to certain fasting methods, and our body will like, that's what happened with me with OMAD. I basically like got stuck at my lowest weight for the longest time, and then it was just getting frustrated. So the body will adapt. That's why it's important to be metabolically flexible. And yeah. Ooh, okay. I like how Mindy Pell's plan is built around our cycle. I know. No trying to force the fast before my period or during ovulation when I'm hungry. Nurture phase, by the way. That's true. And that's what I struggled with OMAD after a while, especially when I got leaner. Oh, it was really hard to fast. I think it's the luteal phase, and that's the phase right before your cycle starts. When I just give my body what it asks for, I actually don't put on extra weight. The scale stays the same. So I just like give my body what it wants. And as long as I'm listening to it. Because then if you stress out your body too much, it's not going to serve you, right? Because there's hormetic stress, which is low levels of stress, and then there's higher levels of stress, which is why my personal trainer is actually bringing me down with my workouts because I was pushing it too much. Because your body needs that state of calm and bringing the cortisol levels down. There you go. Because again, if you excessively do anything, excessively exercise, excessively fast, your cortisol levels are going to go up. So there's like a bit of a battle here. And when those cortisol levels go up, your body is going to produce glucose. Glucose is going to spike. So that's why it's so important to have that balance. Because I don't want your body rebelling on you, which what we see with people who excessively fast, like it's proven. Like there's so many examples on YouTube of it. So yeah, that's why again, because I don't want fasting to get a bad rap. Because if we have all these people fasting and then putting on more weight and then some, everyone's be like, oh, fasting's just yo-yo dieting, blah blah blah. It's about the balance, and thank goodness for Dr. Mindy Pels, that's for sure. Yes, I think I said nurture when you read that. Wait, I think I did. Nurture. But yeah. I think I did. Let me see. Oh, nurture phase. I think I said nurture. That is nurture. You spelled it right. Oh, I read it as nurture, Sarai. I read it as nurture. But yeah, I just want to emphasize that point because if you can fast, you have it within you to eat a diet that will not have you balloon. You have the discipline within you. You just have to like translate it to eating properly and eating healthy. And again, on my like, oh, oops, my bad. Don't do that. You did. I just misspelled it. Oh, yeah, I know. I noticed the misspelling. I think I read it. You know, like sometimes when words are like missed out, your brain will read it properly anyway. Yeah, I know, I noticed. I noticed. Well, yeah. But I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. The brain has left the building. I've been literally talking for the last 4 hours to myself on the camera, but now I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, I was on a roll too. But it's just really important to know that balance because it's just key. It's just key. And again, I think I was saying I don't want fasting to get a bad rap because fasting is powerful. But if you do anything in excess, it's going to have detrimental harm to you. So I just want people to be doing this safely. I want people to understand the power of nutrition. I want people to not be afraid of carbs, and to limit the refined carbohydrates because that is the problem. The fattening carbs, all the stuff we like, limit it. I want people to learn how to be able to go out for a birthday or go out for what have you and still be able to jump back to their diet the next day. That is where the power lies. The power lies in that. And that's what I'm learning throughout my journey. Because trust me, I went through it. I didn't think I can lose weight without keto. I didn't think I can lose weight without OMAD, but you can. You can. There's other ways to take advantage of that fatty acid oxidation pathways. There's other ways to do it. And I'm learning it through my whole journey with my personal training certification. So we'll see how all that plays out. But at the end of the day, my passion is helping other people. But anyway, guys, I've been talking a lot. I appreciate everyone for joining me for today's live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I may launch my podcast. It is a bit of a reaction video to a YouTuber who was excessively fasting, who I follow. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't like doing it's nothing bad. I'm just showing it as an example. And this person is a G for actually putting it out there on the internet because it's not easy. But anyway, I'm so glad you guys caught the live as well. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you caught it. Fire. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.